Hi, this is Tony from Airflix. Now, this is not a scientific test, but we did record all the footage at the same time under the same lighting conditions. And we did try to keep the camera settings the same throughout all the drones. So let's head on over to Davinci Resolve. So here we loaded the footage into Davinci Resolve. And you can see how big a difference there is just out of the box between the Mavic 2 Air, which is shot in H.265, the Mavic 3 Cine, which is shot in Prores 422 HQ, and the Inspire 2, which is shot in RAW in Cinema DNGs. The Inspire almost looks graded out of the box. The Mavic Air 2S looks, kind of like it has small magenta color cast. I should say this is a non-color managed workflow, since the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 is shot in H.265 and ProRes. Davinci cannot read the camera metadata, so later on we're gonna apply a color space transform and see what we can do about the grade of each of the drones. But let's play the clip here, and you can see just how much the Inspire wobbles around compared to the two Mavics. This is only 3-4 meters above the ground, as you can see in the upper left hand corner, but still you can see the Inspire up there. It's just bounces up and down. There's absolutely no wind here, but still it's very, very wobbly compared to the Mavic. So at least the drone technology has improved a lot. So let's see what's in store for an Inspire 3 here in later this year. All right, so that's the footage, and let's try to color grade it. Let's try to apply some color space transforms to the footage and see how it reacts to grading and how good it is actually to grade. Here's the footage in full screen where you can really compare the stability, the Air 2S, the 3 Cine, and the Inspire 2. It's always nice to see how our camera handles skin tones, and even though it's a drone here, we really wanted to see how well we could grade the footage for skin tones, how pleasing and natural we could get it to look, how good we could get it to look. And that's the reason we had this cute little subject here for this footage. So in the next part here, we're going to try to grade the different drone cameras, and let's see how good we can get them to look. So here we are in the color tab, and let's start off with the Mavic Air 2S footage. And the first thing you would normally want to do is bring your footage into Rec 709, and you can use the DJI supplied DJI's D-Log M to Rec 709 LUT. And if you apply that, if you look down here in the waveform, the original shot is pretty well balanced, and as soon as you apply the LUT, you can see you get a color cast, and you can see here on the vector scope when you turn it on and off that it does something to the footage here, and not just increasing the contrast and adding saturation, but it gives off these weird colors here. But anyway, let's grab a still of that and turn that off and do the color correction ourselves, and you can get a normalized footage here pretty easy. And if you compare that to the DJI LUT, here you go, you can see there's a bug here somewhere, acts up weird here. Anyway, you can see the color correction on the left hand side and DJI's LUT on the right hand side. So pretty easy to color correct this yourself and get a good result. Let me turn off this still and just go to the color correction tab. I don't know, there's some weird bug here. And if you apply a grade here, you can get pretty good results from that Mavic Air 2S. I must say this is an amazing drone. You can see a lot of details still. As you can see down here, we're not clipping any shadows or highlights. So pretty nice. Let's jump on over to the Mavic 3 Cine. And the same here. You can apply the DJI LUT. Now this is a different LUT. This is the D-Lock to Rec 709. And let me delete this. If you apply that, you get a very high exposed image, and you get also this weird color cast. So I would actually prefer not to do that and instead do a color space transform. This is a color space transform that takes your footage from D-Lock into Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 and then grade under that, and you can apply some grade to that. And here's my grade, and you get very nice results. It's an amazing footage, the Prores 422 HQ from the Mavic 3 Cine. Lots of details. Still, we're not clipping. We're close to clipping, but we're not clipping anything here. Very nice footage. Let's jump on over to the Inspire 2. And again, DJI has a LUT that converts D-Lock to Rec 709. And if I grab a still of that and compare that to a color space transform, I actually prefer DJI's version. It's a bit more natural, not as high saturated as the color space transform. So I'm gonna cancel out of that and use the DJI LUT and then apply a grade here. Now there's lots of room to grade the Inspire 2 footage, and especially in the shadows you can pull out a lot of information, but it does require skills and it does require an effort. Now this is zoomed in to 600%, that's why it's so pixelated, but you can get really nice grades out of this, but it does require a bit more work. But I must say, of the three drones here, I definitely, I will say I prefer the Mavic 3 Cine. It looks very nice. The Air 2S is an amazing drone for the price and the size of the drone. It gives amazing footage, but I still think it looks a bit more video-like than the other videos, the other footage, but it's I must say it's really good. But my favorite, gotta go with the Mavic 3 Cine here. It's really nice. And then just for fun, here's the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6D with a color space transform and a grade on it. Well, obviously nothing beats this one, but that's a totally different ball game. So for me, Inspire 2 X7, you can do the most, but out of the box and easiest to work with and gives you great footage is the Mavic 3. That's for sure my favorite.